na 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 na. It is time for Romanian Stereotypes. I'm curious. I am curious what they're gonna say. I am gonna go and assume that we're gonna be called gypsies, and that they're gonna say that we are thieves and steal shit. That's if it's stereotypes based on like what other people say, not about ourselves. Now let's see the video.
Romania. Romania, the wild east of Europe, where everything is permitted and no one's wallet is off limits. Romania, the country where manosphere influencers
That did not take very long, honestly. Did not take very long for the thief accusation.
go to avoid taxes and ultimately get arrested for human trafficking.
Yes.
Romania, my sweet adoptive country. Although Romania has garnered quite the reputation throughout
ultimate cut and shot Romanian thieves take apart WV. I don't know why I read the B as W.
all of Europe and whatever is beyond the Mediterranean.
Where the hell am I?
Not a whole lot is known about the country other than XD Romanian thieves, rafflecopter gypsies.
Hey, let's go! I told you! We got the thief and we got the gypsy. I'm like, check, check.
Gotta get first to the wallet, the bacteria or the Romanians. I swear to God, if any of you again send me a meme with this fucking punchline, I will make Nanking look like a joke. And you know,
it gets really boring.
These jokes used to be funny
honestly.
At first, but you guys have been beating the dead horse so much that even FIFA is livelier. And
I don't think there's any horse left to be beaten. Like, it's been beaten to a pulp to the point where everything's gone. It's like, at least be creative, right? It's just so boring. I've been hearing the, oh my god, you're a thief, ironically and non-ironically, for at least 15 years. It's like, wow.
Believe me, that mayor has been long departed. As such, I, as a professor of Balkan retardation and professional bozgor who has spent the latter year living in Romania, have decided to educate you, meager peasants, about this magnificent country. So you too can be better at petty internet arguments and post actually funny Romanian memes on r/BalkansIRL. So without further ado, let's begin. In Serbia, we have a saying, "Što južnije, to tužnije." And that absolutely also applies to Romania, alongside my nether region as well. The north of the country is quite developed, filled with beautiful castles, majestic...
Did he just say Nord instead of North? my brain was like, wait a sec, that's not English.
Forest, and then as soon as you go across the Carpathians... Both Oltenia and Moldavia are essentially Romania's Rust Belt. Back in the day...
Oh my god! That straight in the kokoro. Straight in the corazon. My poor heart.
Used to be the industrial hub of the country, as well as the breadbasket of Romania, until Scrotty McBoogerballs decided to bend them both over and f*** them backwards. And after he was done, wannabe like Yagami God Emperor Iliescu finished the job, which resulted in the region being obliterated worse than a hooker in GTA 5, which now makes both regions garner the name of the poorest and least developed regions in the country. A lot of people also consider Oltenians to be rude and uneducated, and well, basically your average NASCAR fans. In Oltenia, the most notable city is Craiova, where essentially everyone took Samurai Jack way too much to heart, and now everyone walks with a katana strapped to their belt because your chances of getting stabbed by just crossing the street are tenfold than that of London. As soon as you enter the center, you'll...
Am I the only one that just knows Craiova is like a beautiful place? Oh, to be fair, everyone here brandishes knives and chains and swords and bats and other stuff for protection. Oh,
See some MFs having a sword duel in plain sight over a box of Kamel Galban as a Maneli cover of Kung Fu Fighting is blasting in the background. It is essentially the Ohio of Romania, and you know,
Oh my god! Oh god! Oh yeah, it's literally just normal stuff over here. Okay. Oh.
also has a lot of gyms. Inside Oltenia, you also have Caracal. To
Oh,
illustrate how bad
Caracal.
things are there, I will read out what one of my subscribers wrote about the place. We have what we call the 7 wonders of Caracal. Number 1, they built an apartment block and forgot the crane inside.
I'm dying!
Number 2, there was a fire in the fire department. Number 3, they stole the door of the police.
I'm okay, Kat. I'm okay. I'm just dying. I'm just dying of laughter. Oh, I like how midnight is literally just like came by to make sure I'm okay. Just like, is everything okay? And I'm just dying. Oh.
HQ. Number 4, the cemetery is on Resurrection Street. Number 5,
That's a good one.
the bakery is on Hunger Street. Number 6, the prison is on Freedom Street.
Has gotta be someone with a huge sense of humor must have really like renamed those streets, man. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And number 7, there is only one school and its name is School Number 2. It is
Oh god. Oh, this is too good.
also called the place where the cart of fools fell over. Thank you very much for writing that. However, within Muntenia, there is also one saving grace, and that is... If you've ever visited Bucharest as a foreigner, probably the first question anyone asks you there is, why are you here?
I mean, not wrong. That's a fair question. We do have like really big buildings because some people decided that we need to have a competition of who has it bigger, and we definitely were trying to win. We're compensating building size, but also like we have museums and all of that, which is cool and all, and some like nice parks. But like, yeah, for the most part, a lot of people are like, they don't care about that. A lot of people, they don't care about that. And I'm just like, why are you here? Oh. Though I don't ask why they're in Bucharest. I usually ask them where they're going to. Because like, as I said, our country, beautiful. Absolute fantastic geography, absolute fantastic mountains, plains, hills, like all we have so many cool regions and so many cool traditions and so many cool things to see across the country. Just not that much in the capital. I mean, a first-time visitor, I feel like they could have a good time in the capital as well. Probably. If you like museums, it's a good place. But if you don't like museums, it's like, not as good. We did recently get this formal spa place though that a lot of foreigners seem to really love. So plus points there, I guess.
As the city is essentially despised by the entire country, and most likely God himself as well. Even the people in Bucharest hate that they are in Bucharest.
I must be one of the few people that actually likes Bucharest, because I can definitely tell you, almost everyone that has a driver's license hates the traffic in the city. And then a lot of people just hate the noise or like the busyness of it or the crowdedness of it. I like it. Like I grew up in Bucharest, right? And I find it a really cool place to be. I don't know. I like it. It's not traffic, more like a jungle. I mean, don't get me wrong, our drivers are not sane. I think most people will tell you that if you ever drive through the capital, rules are not respected. Rules are optional. And people will do shit that you're just like what the heck is happening? They will break rules, they will take turns where they shouldn't, they will drive where they shouldn't, they will be on sides where they shouldn't be. Yeah, it's more like rules are suggestions, you know? The traffic lights are optional for drivers and pedestrians. It's kind of true in some places, not everywhere. Oh.
The entire city was essentially devastated by cock wrangler McGee, as he thought it would be much better to turn the beautiful Romanian historic city into a dystopian-looking wannabe suburb of Moscow and demolish half the city just to build Minecraft houses and a paranoia-infused
See? I told you, look at that grand building, right? You're gonna be like, whoa, that's so cool.
Glorified nuclear bunker that he deemed Parliament, while ruining most of the culturally and historically significant Old Town. Often enough, Romanians from other parts of the country when visiting complain how filthy the capital is and how it smells of piss.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of places, a lot of buildings are marked as earthquake prone for collapse, like with a red dot, and they're abandoned, but no one wants to obviously, you know, tear them down or do anything or restore them. So they're literally just sitting there aging, kind of just dying a bit more, tiny bit, chip by chip, chip by chip. Another thing that a lot of people are very confused at is the fact that our heat and our hot water is centralized. I think that's the word. So like the city provides it to us. We don't have like home equipment for like heating our water or anything. It's everything is managed by the city. A lot of people are like, the heck?
Basically, it's like New York, but without nearly as many rats and far worse traffic. The people within the city also tend to fall into one of two groups, the Moldavians or the Bombardieri.
Why is that picture picked out of all of them? Oh, I think like most places much better to visit than to live. I don't know. As I said, I really like where I live. I like my city. It doesn't like the smell of piss has been vastly improved ever since they basically forced the homeless people to stop going into the sewers at the train station, and they kind of kicked out the sewer king. After they kicked out the sewer king and they closed off the sewers, piss levels improved in the train station. Sewer king? Yeah, there's an entire documentary on that.
There is literally no in-between. Either you were unlucky enough to not find a job in Italy and escape your excruciating poverty in Moldavia, so you settle for the next best thing, that being Bucharest, or you once saw an episode of The Jersey Shore and decided to base your entire personality off of Pauly D. Either way, 10 out of 10. Moving on, we have the land Hungarians haven't stopped whining about for 100 years. That being... Ah yes, the land that everyone knows for Dracula, and because of whom the people roll their eyes so far back they see their frontal lobe whenever foreigners mention him. The main stereotype that encompasses Transylvania is that the locals speak slower than how old people make love. This in particular annoys the crowd from Bucharest as they verbalize their words faster than a 6-year-old on cocaine. Alongside that, the region is...
Oh my god, I feel like I'm being called out. I feel like I'm being called out for the simple fact that, like, when I was in Transylvania, people were, like, leisurely walking, just chilling. I was told by my cousin to slow my pace and to walk slower. It's not even about talking, it's even simple walking. Like, if I walk somewhere, I walk with a purpose and I walk fast. I don't, like, drag my feet and just chillax. And then I went to see my cousin in Transylvania, and I was just like, why are you so rushed? And I'm just like, I'm not rushed, I'm just walking normally. They're like, no, you're rushed. You still speak slowly compared to the average Bucharest Romanian. I do? I don't know. Probably too much time spent online speaking with people and needing to have the tracking kind of capture the words, right?
Known for its luscious mountains, hills, multiculturalism, and sucking up all the development and EU funds that Bucharest has left over like a black hole. The most famous city in Transylvania is
Nice.
Cluj-Napoca, which is best known for its booming IT industry and insufferable superiority complex. Because its citizens spent
Partly
8 to 10 hours
true,
a
yeah.
day looking at lines of code for a slightly better salary than the national average, but still miles lower than what a toilet scrubber in Germany makes, the entire
Actually
population
true.
thinks it's better than the rest of the country.
Oh. Honestly, like the whole vampire thing where people are like, you don't celebrate Halloween, and we're like, nah, bro, we don't want to be impaled on. We don't want our head impaled, you know. We're good. We don't want any spike, and neither do we go out and say blah 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 blah. Oh, that's one of the stereotype jokes that happens kind of often, especially when people are like, you're from Romania. And then the second one, it's like people go and be like, oh, you have great coders. You like have hackers. You're a hacker, right? When I told someone I had a master degree in computer science, the first thing they did was like, so you're a hacker, right? And I'm just like, no. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? I should have said yes. Dude, the guy accused me of hacking their account after they went to one of those public places where you can log in for an hour. Like, buy internet for an hour. And they logged into one of those, and then I'm the one that hacked their account. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, you're too stupid to log out of that computer. Or to know that there was a keylogger on it. Like, bruh, working IT means your customer support for all your relatives. Haha, joke's on you. My family is also tech savvy. Actually, my dad's more tech savvy than I am. He told me, I complained about the fact that I have to do everything in the bank app on my phone, and my dad was like, yeah, you should just use the phone bank app. Like, why are you trying to use the desktop? Just use the phone. And I'm like, oh my god. My dad is like just telling me to get good and join with the trends and the times, and they're going like my dad is really cool, yeah.
Even though over half their salary goes on rent for essentially what are cardboard boxes and Glovo deliveries. And
so true. Like, you guys have no idea, but like, even on a good salary, you still earn like, okay, maybe not a good salary, but a decent entry salary. You still earn like, what, 1,000 euros a month?
And whenever Clujians go anywhere outside of the territory of the city, they will constantly complain how much better Cluj is. This is especially the case when any Clujian sets foot in Timișoara, Romania.
Dude, that is the truth, I think, for every city dweller. I have not met city dwellers that don't compare and say how it's much better somewhere else.
His other narcissist containment zone, and Cluj's rival city. God forbid you have to walk down the street of Timișoara, as they will bitch and moan how shitty the city is compared to Cluj until you blow your brains out with a Glock 17 you smuggled in
That
from
kinda
the
look like
Yugoslav
Orade.
War. Because of this over-reliance on staring at the screen and being terminally online for a living, Cluj has also been deemed as the epicenter of Romania's femboy epidemic. In southern Transylvania, you
Interesting.
have Brasov, which is where the book
Okay.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears is set, as for some reason there's always a bear somewhere. They come to the city, they block the roads, they maul dumb tourists who try to pet them on the road. It's just a part of life there, don't question it. Nearby you also have the godforsaken lands of Kvasna and Harghita, aka I don't speak Romanian, aka I want to secede to Hungary despite only having 3,000 people, aka Secraland. Now, Secraland or Székelyföld is basically
Oh my
Romania's
God.
Kentucky. They both rave and rant about states' right, how the south, Hungary, will rise again, and they both live in the middle of nowhere and have
Wow.
been deemed as hicks by the rest of the country. However, unlike Kentucky, instead of carrying a gun everywhere, a Székely always carries a knife. No matter where or what they're doing, you can bet your ass a Secular is always gonna be strapped. If you thought that Oltenia and Muntenia
They
were
have
the
cool
poorest
knives,
regions in
though.
Romania,
If you
then
wanna
you'd
get
just be
cool
like
knife
Israel.
designs, go
Dead
there.
wrong. Romania is basically split into three regions, the Oltenia and Muntenia, aka Wallachia, being the Balkans, Transylvania being Central Europe, and Moldavia being Eastern Europe. And as such, it goes without saying that all
Interesting.
the stereotypes for the East are applicable. Hardcore alcoholism, wife beating, cigarette smuggling.
Oh man. Oh, don't worry, that happens everywhere in Romania. But then you have the news where the wife beat the husband. So yeah, truly equal right here.
And clinical unrelenting depression. A lot of Moldavia is practically like what you'd imagine the countryside in Eastern Europe to be like, except it still has some notable cities. The most notable of which is Iași, which is basically the light in the dark tunnel, as it is a sizable city located in the middle of nowhere with almost nothing but death, decay, and empty vodka bottles surrounding it, and tons
my
and
God.
tons of Moldovan immigrants. Because even a half-decaying town in the middle of nowhere is still better than living in Chisinau. South, you have the
Oof.
other Moldavian gem, beloved
I feel like a lot of people go live in Bucharest still over Iași.
by all of Romania, Vaslui. If you're a raging alcoholic who spent his entire salary and life saving on spirits and moonshine,
The butt of all
completely
jokes
neglected your
of all
wife and
violence.
kids, and resorted to drinking Mona filtered through a 3-lay loaf of bread, then
My best friend got married in Vaslui. I had to actually go to Vaslui for the first time for her wedding. And then I came back and I was like told my friends and they were like, "Wow, you survived the wife beating place." And I'm just like, "Oh man." It's
you'd
a
be
wild
right at
land
home
there.
here. Vaslui almost exclusively gets mentioned in the context with alcohol and almost nothing else. Everyone in
What do you mean nothing else? They're renowned for violence, not so much alcohol. Literally, all we know about them is violence.
Romania makes fun of the place, and you should too. In conclusion,
Dacă nu vrei să plătești, nu plătești. Și atunci nu ai drog.
Oh, oh my god. Oh, it's insane, man.
Hey, why are you living in the USA? It is not the place to stay. Hey, hey, yeah, there's shit in my glass if I may. Don't tell me that you are gay.
What is that song? What is that outro song? Oh, cele mai grase femei. I say. Alright. That was a good video. That was a pretty funny one.